The dark night of the soul. You are not the body. You are the energy that operates the body. And the soul knows. The soul has intuition. It knows when something is wrong. When people go through the dark night of the soul, they have this emotion, energy in motion, known as depression, deep rest. The soul is tired of operating the body because it knows that something is wrong. In a matrix where the game is rigged, when you're sealed in the forehead, you are able to notice little glitches in reality, and your soul knows. Your soul is telling you that there is something wrong. This is not what I was destined to experience. There's something terribly wrong. This is not a representation of my internal frequency. And as we go through the dark night of the soul, it serves a very important process. A lot of people, they're sick and tired of the reality, the world, that they didn't actually sign up for. And when the game is rigged, the game must come to an end. The dark night of his soul activates the chosen ones. And when it gets really intense, it's going to get you to a very special place that everyone needs to be. And that place is where you remember who the fuck you are. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey, the dark night of the soul. When you disconnect from the matrix, we're operating out of this world, but you're destined for so much more, and your soul, your intuition is telling you that there is something wrong. And many people on their journey, they go through this time period. This is a time period where you are going to be able to tap into your great gifts, spiritual gifts, energetic gifts, and God wants the most out of you. And you might actually find this place when you begin to play games with the matrix. On your journey, you're going to have to realize this. And many people over the past few years, they have been realizing this, that when the game is rigged, the game must end. The dark night of the soul, it makes you so powerful. Why is that, Uncle Mike? Because you're able to drop density. A lot of people go on this spiritual awakening journey and they hear this term about dropping density. And the more that you drop density, you're carrying energies and baggages that aren't actually a representation of yourself. You're not operating and living your everyday life to the fullest. You're not actually living your everyday life as a free and sovereign being. There are laws to the universe, and there are immutable truths to the universe. And as we move forward over the course of our everyday life, we have to realize that free will is the law of the universe. And when your free will is violated, the game must come to an end. The point of being alive, that's the whole point of the experience. That's because you're a spark of Christ, you're a spark of God. You're actually supposed to have free will choices. And if those free will choices are taken away, there is no reason for the game to exist. You have to realize the power that you possess, and you are going to have to put an end to it yourself. Many people they don't realize what they're truthfully capable of until they get into the final hour, when it gets so intense. And that's the dark night of the soul, when you have your dream prevented from you achieving it and your soul knows that something is wrong. Then it is time to remember who you are. You know, people don't change until the pain of remaining the same exceeds the pain of change. You could write it down, you could book it, it's never gonna change, okay? So on your journey, when you go through this time period, and so many people have gone through it, it is the dark night of the soul. And the purpose is so that you will be in this pain, so that you will change. And you will actually embody the warrior that's inside. The soul knows. And when you go on your journey, if you're sealed in the forehead, you're able to see what maybe the NPC poke don't see. You are able to pick up on glitches. You are able to see things. And through the gaslighting, through the shaming, through the guilt, people will say, no, there's no such thing. But you could see that this game is rigged, and if the game is rigged, then the game must come to an end. Are you sealed in the forehead? When you're sealed in the forehead, you are seeing deeper. You are paying attention. When you go about your journey, not every person, not every day is going to be the same. Not everything is baseline reality. Do you know this? So when you go past baseline reality, you start to see the glitches in the matrix. You start to see the bigger picture. But you have to tap in to what you hold in your sacred heart, because that is giving you the path. A lot of people are following what other people tell them to do. When you follow your heart, you get into the right situations. And what happens is, this is where you see people fall. They fall when it comes to fear. Your everyday life will rise or fall according to a free will decision. Do you decide to go with fear, or do you decide to go with unconditional love? These are the choices that we make. Not only for you, but for the collective. Humanity will rise or fall according to this decision. You could book it, kid. And if your free will is violated, then the world needs to come to an end. You know about infinite worlds, right? You better stay focused. Because a lot of people, they're gonna find themselves curled up in the fetal position. You gotta think, you gotta feel, you gotta realize, because the truth cannot be told, it can only be realized. And the free will decisions that we make from our sacred heart, what is documented into the Akashic records, must play out in this realm. Otherwise, that is the sign of the violation. That is the sign, because once you're conscious and aware of it, now you have the free will and you have the authority. I told you a long time ago, this is not about the external authority, this is about the internal authority. And if you resonate with this, why don't you smash the like button so that millions could hear this. This was the journey, kid. This is not about the external authority. This is about the internal authority. This was about the I am. And this is the way the game operates. And it must follow. There are no exceptions. If you're getting this message, you don't say to yourself, you know what, I'm an exception. Because everyone else could find love, everyone else could have wealth, but not in my case. If you say that, you have to delete it now, and you have to realize, you reinstall these programs, and once you have the awareness, the consciousness, you are conscious and aware of this, You have all the right in the world, and anything past that is a violation. Do you get it, kid? Do you know the severity of the time period? You know, on my journey, I'm very focused, and I see things that maybe other people don't see. And I know that there are many people that are tuned in to this transmission, and you see these things as well. There's something different about that. There's something strange about this circumstance. This seems like a different timeline. This seems like a glitch in the matrix. Why don't you leave a comment if you're able to see these things as well? Okay? This is the truth. And once you break free of what you held in your mind in the past, and you tap in to what you hold in the Sacred Heart, then everything will change. Okay? What we need right now are warriors, light warriors. The dark night of the soul is not a joke. The dark night of the soul is to help you remember who you are, because you're going to get really, really intense. You're going to feel the pain, and the pain is going to be like you've never felt in your entire life. And the reason why is so that you can remember who the fuck you are. You get me, kid? This is the time. We've gotten to this place now. I want everyone to know this. We've gotten to this place. And the free will cannot be violated, because when the game is rigged, the game must come to an end. You do not participate in a reality. You do not participate in a reality that is not the representation of what you hold in your Sacred Heart. A lot of people were used as a human battery. A lot of people, you were feeding someone else's life, and you weren't living your everyday life. This was the mission. This was about our everyday lives. So any person that's getting this message, you got to get up and you have to realize the severity. You have to realize the importance of the now moment. You know the time. Sun's getting low, kid. The process of the dark night of the soul is to push you to that proverbial end. In the final moments, in the final hour, you have to know, you have to see. There are things in your life, if you're getting this message, if you're still tuned into this message, there's something in you. And the things that might trigger, the things that might give pain to the NPCs of the world, no, you're going to have to go through something that's much more sacred. And when something sacred is violated, then there are going to be repercussions. Then there is going to be change. And a lot of people ain't going to like it. The fake world, your fake reality will end. The royal family, the chosen ones, will make the decision if it continues or if it comes to an end. Free will is the law of the universe. Communication is everything. And then through the communication, through your awareness, you or anyone else is then and only then able to make free will decisions and make their choice. You know, I've observed a lot in the past year, and I know that, you know, my voice wasn't heard. Maybe I didn't get to hear somebody else's voice to make my own free will decision. And a lot of people have gone through this, and you've reported this. You have to realize something. There are no exceptions. You are not an exception. This is for everyone. And the deep-rooted programs, and they're so deep rooted within the subconscious, and your nervous system might be wired to a reality that is about to die off. Know that the time is now. The dark night of the soul. You feel this. You feel it very deeply. It is not easy. It is painful. So that you will get to that place where you will be the embodiment of your higher self. This is where we are, kid. All I know is that I'm not looping again. All I know is that I will not be a battery. I will never be disrespected. And now, I have retrieved all fractals of my soul. This journey was the journey of remembering. Yes, you remember. You remember who you are. If you're hearing this frequency, you remember who I am. Discover who you truthfully are. And you might have to plunge yourself into the darkness, into the shadows, the dark night of the soul. We'll put on the finishing touches. And then you will remember. Remember who you are. Remember the power that you possess. And remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that the dark night of the soul will activate the chosen ones. Holy Spirit, rain, fire. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. I am a man of my word. No matter what, a man of my word. You ready, kid? This is your High Commander. The 4 of you are my finest. Make ready. You're on standby. When the game is rigged, it's game over. I am Quantum.